1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, plus 1. So we can load this sucker up. So we've now got 16 rounds on board with this gun with the shield arms. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Look at this little sexy beast. This is a Glock 48 G48 from none other than the maestro, Ben Simonson at Boresight Solutions. So it comes from Glock, looking very similar to this, with some modifications. Ben's motto, built for the fight. When I wake up in the morning, I tell myself that when I look in the mirror, built for the fight, to win at the salad bar. But seriously, he's done all kinds of cool stuff, such as his Razorback, this upgrade here, texturing. This has some Ameriglow sights on it, which are my favorite sights. Ameriglow really invented this whole style of sight. We've got plenty of videos on that, often copied, never very well. This is a Tango down slide stop lever. And then we're using with this gun the Shield Arms mags. So we've got the Shield Arms magazine release, Apex trigger, and a Ghost connector. So before I even talk about this, really quick, I want to predicate the video on this topic because I see comments and guys say, if Glock wanted it that way, that's how they'd have made it. Or they say, I don't want to buy a gun that I have to go put these upgrades on. Well, how many guys go out and buy a truck and they put a lift on it, or they put a cap on it, or they put some upgrade to the suspension to haul more weight, like airbags, or they put different tires, or tune it, supercharger, blah, 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 right? If it makes it better for your purpose, which Ben's motto, built for the fight, that's what this gun does. You got to think about a company like Glock, like Ford or Chevy or something like that, is mass producing things that fit a wide array of people for basic usages, right? But what Ben's done is taken the grip. I've got a couple of them on the table here, and I want to make some comparisons, and he's just made it fit the human hand a little better. Again, why wouldn't Glock do that? Well, also think about that the molds and things that these companies have, just like the parts in your car, to go out and change that stuff is huge amounts of money, not to mention extra SKUs and things like that to put on the shelf. Don't get lost in the sauce and say that something shouldn't be modified. It's why are you modifying it? This is always the question that I suggest. What are you doing it for? And does it help me with my goal? For me, what's the goal? I have this gun. We train with these guns so that if we need it to win in violence, we've got it, right? And any improvement to the gun or alteration to the gun should support us winning in violence should some unrighteous person or people try to hurt or take our life. That said, this gun, top-notch piece of equipment. I've got a 43X, which we did a video on. Drew can probably link that up for you. Basically the same gun, except the 48 is just slightly longer. So these guns ship out with 10-round Glock mags, which, if you know anything about Glock, these magazines are disgustingly reliable. I've got Glock mags that are 20 years old that still work fantastic. I wish everybody made magazines as great as Glock. Sadly though, this is a 10-rounder. So Shield Arms comes onto the scene and they launch these 15-rounders that work with these guns, but you do need to swap out the mag catch. And the reason that you need to do that is if you leave the plastic magazine release in there, this metal magazine will chew up that mag catch. I've seen it happen where students just thought, oh, I'll do it later. And after a couple hours of training, it's chewed it up so much that the magazine just falls free. Conversely, if you have the metal mag catch from Shield in there and you use the plastic mags, they don't drop free because that metal mag catch catches on the plastic. So if you're going to use the Shield arm mags with these guns, do know that you're going to want to put the metal magazine catch in. For comparison's sake, I brought out an original Glock 43, and these are 7 round plus 1 in the chambers, the original. These people made some extendos that got them up to 10, but this is a little single stack, and this was a game changer when this came out, about 10 years ago or so. I bought one when they first came out. It's a great little gun. But as you can see, the 43 to the 43X, very similar in shape, very similar in size, but you can get 15 rounds on this little guy. The slide is very similar in dimensions. You can see all those years ago, we're still running those Ameriglows. As we've had this request from the market, right? The market often drives change. People wanting smaller, compact guns. Years ago, this would be a super compact gun, and people were happy with 6, 7, 8 rounds in it, but we put man on the moon, we could figure out how to jam 15 projectiles in a magazine. If you're looking at those spicy little guys there, those are the Super Vel solid copper hollow point. Yes, we have a code for those. A couple holster considerations. The Tenicor outside the waistband, this is the ARX. Very nice holster, very slim and trim to the body. We'll show you this on the range. And I've also got the Dark Star Gear IWB, great holster. Both of these fit nicely in there. And this is 2 that I carry often. So we'll show you these on the range. We'll get some impressions of that gun. We'll compare them too. We'll see. I'll get a good grip on both of them, and we'll see how they cycle, how that difference in barrel and slide length, which is pretty significant when you look at it, how it affects shootability, how it affects the recoil mitigation of the gun or lack thereof. Maybe it'll be flippier. Maybe I can do some Wild West 2-gun stuff, huh? What do you think, Drew? Make this face too as I do it? Let's get out to the farm, huh? All right, so we're out here at the farm. You might hear some cows in the background. It's always funny to me, as big as they are, they're trying to be friendly. They don't know that we're gonna eat them. Got some TA Target steel down there. I'm just loading up a couple more of these Shield Arms 15 round mags. So we'll just get some initial thoughts on how this gun works. I've also got the outside the waistband from Tenicor here. We showed you that earlier in the video. We'll just compare the inside the waistband to the outside of the waistband. No, I'm not carrying both. TA Target steel at about 12, 15 yards here. Let's get some initial impressions. Wow. I've got a lot of rounds through the 43X, and I've got to say, just immediately feeling that extra mass of the slide completely changes the gun. I didn't think it would. And by completely, if you don't shoot a lot, maybe you wouldn't notice it. I shoot quite a bit. I'm noticing it. I like it. Let's run some more. Do a mag change here. Pretty easy getting hits on that little 5-inch flapper out there. Ooh, I need to get another mag. That little bit of mass, I thought it would make the gun flippier. I really did. It's not so. All right. Might as well just put one in each holster, huh? These little guns have come such a long way in the last 5, 10 years. It's out of control, the amount of performance you can get out of these little blasters. I dig it. And really, talking about performance, what are we really talking about? We're talking about having onboard ammunition to defend yourself. So we'll start with the 48. Here's the 48, 115 grain Super Vel ammunition. Super Vel, super awesome. And I'll keep the gun in the same spot, and I'll just run it as fast as I can to get good hits, and we'll compare the flippy dippiness. How about that? Glock 48. And now we'll do the 43X. 43X. Same. You ready? Slide lock, empty. I don't know how it looked to you, but I definitely could feel a difference. Shorter gun, a little bit snappier. Less mass to absorb the recoil energy. I thought there'd be a trade-off. You know, a lot of times when we put like a dot on a gun, you get that more mass flopping around. So you feel that movement of the extra weight of the slide moving forward and backwards. The 48 definitely is a smoother, flatter shooting gun to me, but we'll see what the video tells us. It might look different once Drew edits it up. Just run one more mag through this thing from the outside the waistband. A couple mags, because why not? And of course, we're always using the Neo mag. This is how I carry my backups. Lovely product. Drew just wants a close-up of my crotchal magazine region. Of course he does. Since we're at it, of course I'm wearing a Gunfighter Oil t-shirt, but this jacket is from Victos. This is their waterproof leather. This jacket is several years old. I've wore it in many classes. Wore it actually skiing, snowmobiling, riding my motorcycle. It's an awesome, awesome coat. And like its name, it is waterproof. Tenicor outside the waistband holster. So I've got a couple exterior garments on here, and I did tuck my t-shirt in so that we don't have any issues with it. Let's get a couple dry reps here. Always a good idea when you've got multiple layers on to make sure that you're grabbing all the way to the base layer so that as you come open, you're clearing the gun. Here we go. Come back to the holster safely. Try it again. Do a reload. Man, my fingers are numb. Yeah, I like that holster. Feels really good, and it's tight to the body, you know, even with the jacket out of the way. If I just take the jacket off for a minute and just have the flannel on, very easily hidden with just the flannel. And of course, easily retrieved. Damn it, out of ammo. Boresight Solutions, warm my fingers up. Glock 48, sexed up, built for the fight. Everything that you need, nothing that you don't. Parts from Apex Tactical, Tango Down, Ghost, Ameriglow, and of course the Shield Arms magazine and magazine release. Excellent. I dig it. We're out here in Pro Gun Cub, Las Vegas. It's actually Granite City, Nevada. And we are going to be doing some filming, high-speed filming of Super Vel's all-copper ammo on gel blocks. So this is the 9mm all-copper projectile. This is the sub. Cool. And show me clear. So at 1,000 feet per second, this is a 16-inch block. We've got about 14 inches of penetration.
Model 36 that belonged to an LAPD detective.
Look at that. Got about 8 inches of penetration. That's out of a 90 grain jacketed hollow point. That's the right there. So this is the Gen 4 Glock 40, which is a 10mm long slide.
Unsuppressed 10mm on you, Cameron.
It's as close to 16 inches as you're going to get. Sorry?
Dead center. hot. Put it up. It's cold, go down range, and you might note that he hit the exact spot. Then we got a windshield coming in.
All right, so we're gonna do another test here. We've got the 115 grain all copper projectile, 9mm. We've got a modern piece of laminated auto glass. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Yeah! Wow.
Go clear. Put it down. Range
Put
is
it down
cold.
in shaving cream.
Let me get a pic of you. Turn around for Drew. You're making it worse.
I'm making it
You're
worse.
making it worse.
Oh boy.